right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Gosh, we had a blast from the past yesterday when Mark Johnson came in. And now we have another blast from the past with another Mark. This is Dr. Mark Wilson. Gosh, we met Dr. Wilson so many years ago. There used to be don't even tell me the name of it. And don't correct me. I'm trying to guess it. Next to the Market of Marion, it was
Nature Park.
Oh, thank you. I told you not to do that. The Marion Nature Park. I used to love going there. They had a giraffe. Right there next to the Market of Marion. And so a few weeks ago, we had some group in here with animals, some animal rescue group. And we had an email saying, hey, and Mark Wilson's name came up that day. And the Marion
Nature Park.
Nature Park. Hold on, let me put your picture on there. It came up, and I guess I said something wrong. I said they're not around anymore, which I didn't think you were, actually.
Well, I think you said I was dead.
No, I didn't. I didn't say you were
Something
dead.
to that effect.
No, I did not.
No.
Where are you, Mark? Say something. There you are. Dr. Mark Wilson is here. He's a doctor of veterinary medicine and talking to us about what you do, the Florida International Teaching Zoo. And you sent us a book of stuff to talk about. Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, actually.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Robin has aged well. You?
No, I think nature's been kind to us.
I only aged in the last year.
Seriously, how long has that been?
Oh, well, let's see. I don't think it was it WOC or was it
It was
WTMC?
WTMC.
Yeah, that's what
WTMC.
Robin said earlier.
Yeah,
you
so
were
that's...
you were like in this storage shed unit kind of thing. Was where the studio was.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
So that would have been in
I was expecting some guy to sell me used auto parts or something.
that was about the early 90s, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's
I'm
how...
not that old,
Mid-90s.
so I don't know.
So I did not age that whole time. I only aged in the past year. Last year, I still looked 40. Now I look 68.
Well, this is a virgin. Yeah, well,
Now
never mind.
I have, you know what it is? I eat a lot of salmon, and they say you are what you eat.
Yeah.
So I'm upstream now, and I'm like,
Yeah, never mind.
I'm the old male salmon.
No, I was gonna say something I probably shouldn't. So it's okay.
Were you going to say something about sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
So we have sex and we die, is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly.
We
Something
fertilize
to that
the eggs.
effect. So anyway,
I remember at the old place you had somebody stole from you.
crocodile.
Oh, I didn't know about the crocodile.
Oh, what else did get stolen?
The spider
The spider that ate birds.
that ate birds.
No, they didn't steal that. You guys, you don't have it quite right. Okay?
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
thought
They
they
stole
stole
a
it.
giant frog, which they call them Pac-Man frogs. It was like the size of a dinner plate.
You didn't have a bird-eating spider?
Yeah, we did, but nobody stole it.
Oh, okay. I thought they stole the
Nobody
spider, but
stole
they
the
stole the
spider.
frog.
No, but the thing was the Cuban crocodile that they stole, there were like 30 in the country at the time. So that was like a really big deal.
You should come on more often. This is fun. I'm just enjoying the rapport between us.
And it was funny because at the time
I am.
At the time, we had a lady that working for us, God rest her soul, she's up in heaven now, that used to be in the Navy, that was a photographer. And every year she took pictures of every single solitary animal in the zoo. So I had like these really good pictures. So when the crocodile and this giant frog got stolen, we didn't care about the frog as much, unfortunately.
Oh.
There were a lot of the frogs, but there were 30 of these crocodiles in the United States. It made the paper. It made the Ocala Star Banner. And we got it back within 48 hours.
Wow.
Oh, you did?
That's a really long story. It was actually in
Wow.
a RV bathroom across the street at an RV sales place.
Really?
Yeah, one of
man.
these days, if we ever have time, which of course you're going to invite me back, we can discuss that
I
story.
already know that I want you back
Yeah.
because you just...
That was an incredible story. That actually made USA Today.
That's
A little
awesome.
blurb section in the USA Today.
That's
The
cool.
crocodile was stolen.
That's cool. All of our stories make the U.S.
But
the national
bird
news.
eating spider. We over the years we've had bird eating spiders. Yeah,
The escaped
You know what?
cobra made national news.
they don't eat birds.
Oh, they don't? Why are they called a bird-eating
I
spider?
guess they're big enough to eat birds. There's this big spider that's called a baboon spider.
Does it have a big bat?
They don't eat baboons either. They're just
Oh.
really-
Yeah, but
I don't know where
it's
the
not
name
called a
comes from.
baboon-eating spider. The other one is
Oh,
called...
it's called a bird-eating spider. Oh,
Yeah.
it's technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, hello. That's what...
You're supposed to get rid of all those regulatory kind of things.
All right, I want to talk about the teaching zoo.
Yes.
But before we do that, I
Yes.
wanted to tell you something. We went down to Key Biscayne
Yeah.
and for a wedding, and there were these gigantic iguanas. I loved seeing these iguanas, but the people who live there hate these iguanas.
Yeah.
And so I just want to take pictures of them. So somebody told me they will run into the hole and you won't be able to take their picture unless you have the secret. And I said, what's the secret? And they said Cheetos.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I have all these
The
pictures.
crunchy ones or the softer ones?
The softer ones.
Okay.
I don't know if they would both work or not, but we got on the softer ones.
Yeah.
So you got all these iguanas looking like they're smoking cigars, walking around.
You know, we give them to the monkeys ever so often.
Yeah?
And it's funny because they do the same thing. So you give a bag of Cheetos to the monkeys, and the Patis monkeys will be sitting there, and we have the largest group of Patis monkeys in the northern hemisphere.
What are you calling them?
Patis, P-A-T-A-S.
Patis,
It's an
okay.
African monkey that's shaped kind of like a greyhound, and they run really fast. So you give them a bag of Cheetos, they open the Cheetos, they start eating them. Well, pretty soon they're doing this.
Oh.
They're reaching over to their friend and doing
Getting the orange off of their
getting
fingers.
the orange off. And it's funny because some of them don't notice it at first. And then it's like, what is this?
I love monkeys. Monkeys are my favorite thing. In fact, wasn't it the monkeys at the other zoo that he had? I said to you and Alex, watch this, and I ran in circles to try to get them to go nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I said to Robin and my son, who was little at the time, I said, watch this, and they both thought I was going to pull down my pants. I said, you thought I was going to pull down my pants?
I remember that day.
So how are you? Everything all right?
Everything's fine. Actually, what happened was when you thought I died.
I didn't think you died. Who told you
Basically, the owners of the.
Who told you?
The owners of the
You're not
the
listening to
facility
me.
that we had the institution at thought they were going to sell it. You know, back when Florida had property value, and so we wound up just kind of voluntarily closing, and I was supposed to be slowing down. So we took some of our breeding programs and moved down to Sumter County to Bushnell, and weren't open. We were just doing some of our in-house training situations, you know, continuing education stuff. Didn't really have the teaching zoo. And then we were there for about 3 or 4 years, and people were driving me nuts about starting a teaching zoo again. So we started a teaching zoo in Sumter County. The first location we were at for a few years, and weren't as happy with the fact that we couldn't expand out. Oh, I knew I was.
Telephone. Hold on, we'll wait for you. Go
It's
ahead.
okay. It's just my mother.
You can answer.
Oh.
You better answer it.
No, it's not my mother.
She's gonna be mad at you.
It's not my mother. So anyway, we just moved to this new facility, this new location, and we have more room to expand, so we can add hoofstock. We're not doing giraffes.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, that's
that one
I
giraffe
mean,
up in New
that's-
York gave that little. That's a
April.
little facility.
a lot of work.
Harpersville, New York, is a tiny facility.
Yeah,
But they got
they're a lot of
international
work.
fame from that one baby being
Oh
born.
yeah. And if they just left it alone, turned the cameras off, it would have had the.
You wanna had the baby?
Oh yeah. You can stand and watch it forever. And when it's like, let's go get a sandwich, and you come back and it's on the ground and it's dry, I'd be like, yeah, that's what you were.
So let me ask you about the Florida International Teaching Zoo.
Yes.
First of all, where is it? It's in Bellevue?
It's at. All right, you gonna write this down now? 7725.
Yeah.
Florida 48 West in Bushnell. It is exactly, there's only one Bushnell exit. It is exactly 7 miles west of the interstate.
Oh, real easy to
Okay.
Exactly.
Now that we know
Did
where
not
it
do
is.
that on purpose, but exactly.
All right. Now that we know where it is,
Yes.
do we go there? I mean, can we just
We're
go there?
open, right now we're open on Saturdays from 1 until 5.
And what do we see?
Well, it's by tours. The students, we have the one-year teaching zoo program where they learn how to work with the animals. They go to
Okay.
classes. It's by tour basis only. You don't walk through the zoo, pay your money, and
okay,
climb over the
okay.
guardrails. Okay.
Okay.
You are given an artifact demonstration by the students, and they talk about some of the different things, and then they walk you into the zoo and talk about all the different animals.
Oh, so they're docents then for the zoo.
Basically, yeah, but it's a one-year zoo program. What's happened in the zoo world in the last 20 years is that keepers now are doing a lot more educational work than they used to do, and some of our graduates are saying they spend as much as 30 or 40% of their time interacting with the public. So before, when you would do, say, something like you do your afternoon treats with the animals, now you do your afternoon treats with the animals with an audience. And you
Oh.
explain that, we do this.
So what do? We call you up and say, can we come down?
I'm going to give you a phone number.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
866-937-1115.
Yes. Okay. Say that again. Hold on. What's the matter?
Well, I gave Robin all this information, so
Yeah,
because
well,
I knew you were
Yeah,
gonna
but you
be
have an
slow.
audience
have
listening. They can't read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
866.
866
Right.
937
Right.
1115.
think about it, though. If you didn't say it, what's the point of coming on the radio?
It's true. That's
Okay.
true. All right. And tours start on the hour 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so
Right now, we're only open on Saturdays. We're hoping to open on Sundays in the next few weeks.
how much does it cost?
It is $8 for adults, $7 for seniors, and $6 for kids.
Oh, I'm a senior, I think. How old do you have to be a senior?
We'll probably let you in free. Actually, we'll let Robin in free.
Now, when
We're going to charge you just because there should be some fee involved.
Where do the animals come from?
The animals are mostly captive born. That's a misnomer about this. The animal activists, idiots out there that think we're raping the wild by bringing animals in for the wild. Most of the animals you see in zoos, the largest majority of them, are from zoos.
Really?
They were born in captivity. So it truly is that Noah's Ark glass reservoir. So, for example, on the brochure that I gave you today, there's a black jaguar on there, and she's 3 years old. She was 3 years old in November.
Nice.
And she was captive born at the Montgomery, Alabama Zoo. And she is the...
Oh, my gosh, she's so cute.
She's the
Is she
start
still that
of our
young?
next generation of... Pardon?
Is she still as young as in the picture?
Yeah, that's like last year. So that's a fairly accurate picture.
Okay.
She's the next generation of our jaguar breeding program. The other thing that's on our card that I gave you that we could probably hold up to the camera maybe.
Oh, this camera? Yeah. What do you want to show?
Will it show?
Yeah.
On the upper corner there, those are spotted hyenas. Those are the ones that laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And we're starting. We have photo opportunities where you can take pictures with some of the exotic birds and some of the reptiles, the snakes and bearded dragons and tortoises and so forth. We are going to start this next week, what we call our hyena encounter, where you can actually feed the spotted hyenas. Safely
my.
feed the spotted hyenas, and you get pictures while you're doing it.
Now, when you have the animals like this, and you go through, and they go through that breeding program, are you breeding the animals so you can keep the species alive, and then you reintroduce them to the wild?
Well, it's principally to keep the species alive. Now, the reality of it is the wild is pretty much non-existent anymore. So, like for instance, right now, the South Africans have such a wonderful national park breeding program. They have excess elephants in South Africa. If they wanted to start reintroducing elephants in the rest of northern Africa and East Africa, they get poached and killed.
Oh.
So zoos are a reservoir for hopefully at some point in time we can release them back in the wild.
Thus, your frustration with activists who don't know what they're talking about. Because it sounds like you're actually helping the animal world than as opposed
We are
to
the
what...
last reservoirs. There are something like, what did I read the other day? Over 200, no, there's 3,000 species of animals that would not exist if they weren't in zoos.
And we had this morning the story from Nairobi, Kenya, about the last surviving male northern white rhino.
Yeah,
They're
that
trying
was several
to
months ago.
No, that's in the news today because he's
yeah.
on... what's it called?
He's on
Tinder.
Tinder.
Move him to the left if you don't want him. Move him to the right if you do want him.
No, that's
Yeah.
an older story because
Yep.
the last wild
It's in
northern
Tinder.
rhino died. Black rhino died.
this is white.
A year ago.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one's
white
the
rhino.
white.
Okay.
No,
the
this
northern.
is this morning's news.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This
White
is
rhino. I'm
the-
sorry, I misunderstood you.
The white rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last surviving male northern white
White
rhino
rhino. Okay.
has joined the dating app Tinder in an effort to save his species.
Okay. Well, and there are white rhinos in captivity being bred successfully. So at some point in time, if they stabilize the poaching problem,
Yeah.
we can reintroduce them to the wild. I'll give you a good example. Your program manager and I were talking about elephants earlier. In
a
India
program
alone, Asian elephants in India alone, 300 elephants are killed by train wrecks. Not train wrecks, by train accidents.
Really?
At 300 every year. So now, she's bright. You're a dim bulb, but
Larry's
just
very intelligent.
blow it out
You're not
there.
coming back.
Just come
no,
on. Yeah, I'll come
no,
back.
you're not coming back.
I'll come back.
Larry's very
That's a given.
intelligent.
Guess how many elephants there are in zoos and circuses in the United States. Just guess. Come on. Give me a figure.
All right. The 300 kills. 300.
300, just 300 in India alone. Just
Right.
in India were
Okay.
killed by trains last year.
And how many are in zoos?
In the United States of North, let's say
250. 250.
Pretty close. I got to give you. That's not too bad.
Well, I'm a dim bulb. I
it's
would've got it
it's
right on
about-
target.
It's about 270.
270. Wow.
270.
See, Robin would have guessed 270 because she's bright.
Let me do that again. It's about 370. I'm sorry. It's about 370. About 60% of those are African elephants. So 40%, that math you guys can do, are
There you
Asian
go.
elephants.
There you go.
So just in the United States of America, if you count all the elephants combined, there's less than 400 elephants.
Let me ask you this. the Florida International Teaching Zoo. Are you teaching us as just everyday people so that we're not so annoying to the rest of you who do this?
Yes.
Or are you teaching people who eventually want to be zookeepers
There's an
by a
annoyance
profession?
level there. No, it's both. It's multifaceted, okay? It's spreading the message. We are teaching zookeepers. That's what our principal mission is.
Right.
But to teach zookeepers, they need to... Too many people do this, I love animals, I don't like to work with people. Well, bull, okay? You work with animals, you work with people. If you can't explain what you do... Would you hire a plumber that couldn't explain how he fixed the sink for you? No. So if you work with animals, you need to be able to explain what you do. Just if nothing else, to get rid of these annoying people like you, okay? And explain to them. So you're right. As I was saying,
polite guest we've ever had, Robin.
I know. This is going in the
before,
annals of history.
Some of our graduates talk about they spend 30 to 40% of their time now, not just cleaning and feeding animals, but actually out interacting and educating with the public. So yes, you need to know these things. You're both intelligent people.
Well,
you think things through,
right?
And you know there's false news out there.
Yes.
And people have agendas.
Right.
And so you need to hear it from somebody that's just being honest about it and pointing out the facts.
Right.
300 killed by trains.
It's hard to believe.
Just trains. That's not electrocuted, starved to death, fell in ditches.
Well, our job is really to educate the public about whatever it is that they need to be educated about, whether it's news or events or something like an international teaching zoo in their own backyard.
Yes.
If they saw the words Florida International Teaching Zoo, they might not know just from those 4 words what it was. They might assume that's something I don't go to. That's something for people who want to be professional zookeepers. I'm going to go to Sanford where there's a zoo. That's what they're going to say. But if they know that they can take a tour, that's why we're doing what we're doing, Doctor. Because we want them to know that they can go to this.
And we love you and appreciate you.
How many animals are there?
About 75, 80. It's
Wow.
a small zoo. It's not huge.
Who's your favorite animal?
I don't have a favorite animal.
You don't have a favorite?
No.
Aw.
No, I really
You used to have dingoes.
We used to have dingoes, yes.
Yeah, dingoes. They were fun.
Do they all know you? Like a dog knows his owner?
Yeah, they do, yeah. We just had a baby Paddis monkey just the other day, actually, this last weekend. We have something like 18 or 19 Paddis monkeys,
Wow.
and they all know me. The big breeding group, which is second generation captive born. That big group now. Now there's grandmas. There's a grandma with a baby that has her daughters and granddaughters next to her. Yeah, it's cool. It's the way America used to be.
Now, when the students come out there to get their veterinary assisting training, I know when the students go to community technical adult education classes and they go through the veterinary assisting program, they can pass the program, but they're really not licensed. They have to go back to school again and do the whole thing over with. Can they go to you and actually get that piece of paper that certifies them?
It's geared towards a job training program. What it is to be an actual licensed vet tech in the state of Florida is a 4-year degree and a test.
Oh, okay.
It's not something you just. But most of the people that work as veterinary assistants or technicians with veterinarians are not licensed. That's not to say I've had some licensed techs over the years that were fantastic, and it's well worth going to school if you want to do that. But most of our people are going in zoos. If they stay in the animal field, they go into zoo work.
That's wonderful. You're giving them that opportunity.
Yeah, and they get a chance to. And even the ones that don't, they talk about it the rest of their lives. We have a guy that's running a Ruby Tuesday now. That's when I talk to him, is always the old stories. So
really
nice.
I have a question. Whenever you talk about an animal, there's usually a continent or a country associated with it, like the African elephant, that kind of thing, right? Dogs, we don't do that. We don't say the Hawaiian Chihuahua or something like that, right?
Well, Hawaiian Chihuahuas are Mexican, so.
But that's the only one though. Mexican Chihuahua. I mean,
no, Siberian Huskies.
It's Siberian Husky, right? German Shepherd.
The Newfie.
What's the Newfie?
Newfie's a big dog from Newfoundland.
The
Skye Terrier.
So does this mean
the Cairn Terrier?
Does this mean that at one time
the English Spaniel, the German Shorthair?
So does this mean that at one time there was a pack of wild shepherds in Germany?
Oh no.
No.
Dogs are made by man. We made dogs.
Do you have pet vaccinations?
Yes, we do that. Actually, yes, that's one of the ways we fund the zoo is do our low-cost pet vaccination clinics in the area, which we've been doing for a long time.
Do we need an appointment, or can we just bring our animals?
Nope. There's a Facebook page for that, and the Florida International Teaching Zoo, and then you click for, I can't remember, I think it's pet vaccinations. There's a link on the Facebook page, and then there's a number for that, too.
What is that number?
352-867-7788.
That's awesome.
And that has a phone recorder that tells you where we're going to be. We're actually hosting one at the zoo this weekend. We will be at the Tractor Supply on Highway 484, just east of I-75 tonight between 6:30 and 7:30. The vaccinations are done by me. You get documentation, so you've got proof that you had your rabies shots done by a legal veterinarian.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Nice.
And it is $7 for rabies. For dogs and cats, $15 for their distemper parvo combination. Cat distemper combination is $15, and Bordetella kennel cough is $16.
Oh, okay. That's
and
wonderful.
all of that money goes back to the teaching zoo programs.
That is
So
wonderful.
if you do one of those things, those where they check and say, this organization keeps 50,000% of the money goes back to administrative fees, and $1 goes to the animals.
Right.
No, we put the money. Whatever the expenses are, after the expenses are paid, the money goes back into the zoo animals.
You're 501c3.
501c3,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
I
So
just-
it actually is tax deductible, too.
Yeah, that's
I just
wonderful.
liked your Facebook page.
Yeah, did you?
Yep.
I thought we were friends on Facebook. Are we friends, but we're not? Are we friends, but
Let me
not?
see. Let me see if we are. Let me see.
I thought we were.
We might
I
be.
don't remember if Robin and I are or not.
I
Well-
don't know. I have to look.
Mark Wilson, Central Florida? Did you work at the Epiphany Catholic Church?
No.
No, okay, that's not you. All right. Oh, here you are, Mark Wilson, Teaching Zone. No, you're not my friend.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought we were.
What are you going to be now? Add friend. I just hit your thing. All right, can you put your headset on because we have a listener
We
calling
have
in?
a listener calling in?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, these, I
I know.
feel like I'm an airplane.
Good morning. You're on the air with Dr. Mark Wilson. Thank you for calling.
Okay, Flight 14, ready to take off.
Over.
Say what? You know, the most adorable, probably the most adorable animal on the planet is the panda bear, and of course everybody knows it comes from China. Do you know why China hoards that animal so much that, like in the United States, it only can go to that national zoo in I think in Washington? Is there some reason why there ain't more panda bears throughout the United States or in the world?
Well, they're only found in China, and actually they are such specialized eaters that they can only eat certain types of bamboo. So there's only one place in the world they can really find them. You actually can see them, and the hoarding thing, that's a political thing, okay? The Chinese have a tremendous program where they breed them in captivity. You can actually see them at the Atlanta Zoo, National Zoo, it's leaving me now. There's 4 zoos in the United States of America that have pandas. San Diego, and there's one other, and I can't think of who it is. To have a panda, you rent it from the Chinese government for $1 million a year.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
The money goes back into their breeding programs, right? And they actually, Coca-Cola, the pair that are up at the Atlanta Zoo, which is only a few hours up the road, Coca-Cola basically underwrites that program to the tune of $6 million a year.
Wow.
Wow.
So the Chinese have figured out it's a commodity, and fortunately they're doing the right thing. They're not just all buying brand new BMWs and Volvos with it. They are putting money back into conservation and breeding them in captivity so they won't become extinct. But that's why it's with animals. It's a political thing too.
That's
and animals,
amazing.
unfortunately, what the animal activists don't understand is animals do have intrinsic and extrinsic value.
Doctor, thank you for coming in today. Good to see you again. Dr. Mark Wilson, if you want to take a tour of the Florida International Teaching Zoo, you need to make a reservation. The toll-free number, 1-866-937-1115, and go to facebook.com/the zoo school, all one word. That's how I found it. Good to see you again, Mark. Thank you for coming.
Wonderful to be on, and I hope I didn't offend you too much.
We'll be right back.
WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.